What I learned is that in the very first thing I wanted to talk to you about was in these prints. Now, when you print and you put your supports on, like this little horse here, and I see a lot of sellers, I'm not going to list who they are, on Etsy and different places, who sell you a print just like this. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll make a better video, bring it in closer. My argument is to you, if you get a print that already has the supports on it, be careful. There's a lot of little parts on here. It took me 3 or 4 examples after printing this myself and then learning with my nippers where to cut, how to cut, fracture cut, all these different things I had to reteach myself that nobody taught me when I got into resin printing. And you got to imagine resin printing is like a fracture, like a rock. You start a crack and it goes through the whole thing. And that's why little parts snap off. Now, I did get some little people one time from another supplier, I'm not going to mention who they are, and they sent it to me with a bunch of supports like this. And I started just, not knowing anything any better, just started nipping away, and all of a sudden heads started popping off and legs started popping off, and I was kind of disappointed. And I had to take little toothpicks and little CA glue and glue them all back in just to be able to use them. I mean, even though they're tiny, they just snapped apart. My point is this: you need a part that's clean. When you come in and you have somebody who sells you something, get it clean. Let them do all the cleaning on the supports. And I'll tell you why. I educated myself where to make the cuts. On every one of my horses now, with failing 3, I can now get all those legs off, knowing where to cut, how to cut, and I'm not going to teach anybody that, neither is the person who's going to sell it to you. If I just sold you this and gave you this in a package, even though it's well supported, and you start nipping away, then you take the responsibility for it if you break a leg or break an arm or break a small piece off. Then it's on you. And I'm scot-free clean because I gave you a clean piece. You just didn't know how to do it. There's an art to that. I'm sorry, there really is. Maybe people don't explain that enough to you, but as I'm learning resin printing, that's an art. You got to learn how to fracture your supports. You don't come in at it with like a full cut. You just cut the corner and then the whole thing fractures through. And you got to remember where you place that support and how small the point on the end so that when it snaps off clean. It doesn't take something with it, especially on this end scale stuff. So that's my first beef. I want to get it off my chest because as I'm sitting here cleaning, I remembered that time when I bought, I think it was like $20 for those little people, cowboy people. I got them on Amazon, and I said, man, this is okay. It comes with the supports and stuff. And I started snapping away, and all of a sudden, heads started popping up. And I'm like, what? This is a joke. I don't like this. I don't like resin printing. And we just got our resin printer. We got a Mars Illegal Ultra 5 with a wash station and a curing station for about $500. And we're using water-based resins. And I set up a monitoring system, and I'm going to explain a little bit about that to you. So in case you want to do the same thing, you can. I like to take what's already there and make it better. That's kind of what my engineering skill was when I was in the career, as I mentioned before. And I've learned some things along the way doing some resin printing, and I want to share those with you and pass them on to you. Kind of like I did the same with flat printing, but I'm not going to sell it to you with the supports on. I'll do the responsibility for it. If I break one, I'll throw it away and just send you one that's clean. That's my warning to you. If you see it with the supports, don't buy it. Run away. Tell the person that you're buying it from, I want it clean. And if they don't want to do it, then don't buy from them. Don't support their store because that's lazy on their part and they're putting the responsibility on you.